So this is west of Bolga, and this is all new territory. As you can see, we have explored none of this. So at first, there's probably going to be a lot of exploration rather than doing any of the dungeons, because that's kind of how we like to do it. Obviously, a lot of checking for secret passages, because you never know. That's a lot of signs, okay. A message is carved on this huge stone slab. Humans, keep away. We will eat you all up. This mean you... the gents. Oh, the giants? Okay, so... obviously that's probably going to be written by the giants that are attacking Bolga, and I would say that is probably their home. So that's a dungeon to do. We could go ahead and just see what the name says. I'm feeling like we're gonna probably get attacked though as soon as we walk in. Giant castle. Ooh, this is really cool. It's like a moat. That's really neat. Okay. We can do that later though. I do want to kind of just keep exploring this map. And again, we have the orb, so a lot of stuff is open to us now. Like, if there's land beyond this, we could get to this with the orb. But we don't know, and I'm assuming that if you run out of... if you can't land before you run out of, like, flight, you probably die, so we want to definitely be careful with how we use it. This huge yawning chasm stretches far to the west. It's a trash a little nearby reveal its primary use, Giant's dumpster. Far to the west, through the mist, you see a narrow ledge. A narrow ledge far from the west. We might have to fight these guys, or we could use this. We might die. That is a new sound effect. Wow. Okay. And I think that is the first time that we've actually had everybody die, so... alas, your undeserved exile in the underworld has led you to a grisly and anticlimactic end. Oh well, maybe the next group of poor suckers sent down here can straighten out this mess. Wow, okay. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching the series, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, I guess this is where we're in, so... no, we're just gonna reload. I guess this one, and... okay, they fled, nice. So... if we do it from here, we should have enough reach to just make it. Yes, he designed that very well. And there actually is something there as well. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so that was quite the sound effect. Okay, so let's go ahead and just keep exploring for now. The giants are very upset, but they fled, so that is very good. We don't have to fight them. Very nice. That makes me so happy. And there's a nice river here. Okay. And I guess this is still considered the Abyss. I would assume this is still kind of the territory of outlaws and criminals and such. Although probably not so much human criminals, because obviously the giants sort of own this land, you might say. A nice pond, and there's something here. In the grove you see a giant hunting party looking for giant lizards. At least you hope they're hunting for giant lizards. Okay, so I assume that is probably just combat for the sake of combat, although maybe not, because that might be something special. So let's actually be a little sneaky here. Okay, we can't fly above them. Okay, I was gonna say, well, actually, if you want to be kind of ridiculous. Oh, that's just the way it goes, man. In this tiny grove, you find a small patch of gray-green, acrid-smelling mold. Perhaps it has some alchemical use. Is that gray mold salve? If it was, I'm pretty sure it would be a quest item though. So let's not get too... Yeah, okay, it's not. Okay, so unfortunately it's not exactly what we need, but asp tongue mode is probably still useful. I am sure that the alchemy in this game is probably pretty good. Like it's probably pretty deep. Maybe not super deep, but I'm sure that it is probably a nice addition to the game that we are unfortunately just not taking advantage of, which we really should have been. I kind of regret that kind of that we never really did any of that. But I guess it's never too late to start. Really though, potions are good. Like energy potions are great. For like, you know, really long dungeons, but other than that, we really don't need potions usually. They would be better early game though. There is a dead giant here, apparently ambushed by a bunch of giant lizards. Among his stuff, you find a human greatsword, which he must have been using as a dagger. So that puts into perspective how big these giants are. I'm sure we are going to get ambushed by the same pack of giant lizards, I guarantee it. And I was proven wrong. Okay, well, I will gladly be proven wrong. Do not have to fight a bunch of lizards, that's fine with me. And this might connect to the waterfall ones. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think it could. But yeah, let's just keep exploring and probably the same signs, right? Cave of Giants. We will eat you if we do not like you. Stay away, the giants. Okay. So again, these kind of northern areas of Exile are kind of just less populated. So you can see that we can cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time because, for one thing, we're not having to fight all the random enemies wandering around, most of them flee. And also, there's just not many dungeons to actually do. Like, really, it's just those two, and then there could be a secret there, could be something there. Obviously, there is something up here. The passage here is blocked by a huge wall, extending almost a mile east to west. Floor to ceiling. It has two huge gates in it, closed and bearing giant padlocks. Okay, I'd be very surprised if we could open this, but let's try. The padlocks are much more powerful than their crude appearance would have you think. You try picking, then magic, but nothing gets them open. Interesting, okay. You know, we could maybe fly above them? It said that they practically rise to the ceiling, but maybe not all the way. Okay, apparently not. Okay. I don't know what to do with that, but I'm sure we will find out at some point. This looks kind of suspicious. Is there anything we can do? Let's go ahead and save, and let's see if we can use the orb to see what is behind here. Okay, nothing, and we're all gonna die. So instead of hearing the sound effect, let's just go ahead and reload the game. Okay, so there's really not much left. I would say maybe a little bit to the west, but not really. Okay, there's something here. Oh, that's a dungeon. This is probably a new map, though. A small stone slab says, label of Pyrog. Leave offerings at entrance. Okay, probably a dragon of some kind, if we had to guess. If, really, to... Okay, and then this meets up with And we've already explored this. Okay. You know, I'll be honest, guys. I think maybe what we do for the next, like, for the rest of this episode, and maybe the next one, is we just finish exploring this map, and we figure out where all the dungeons are, and then we can just do them. Maybe that's the strategy. Although this is going... Okay, nah, okay, that's a lot to explore. Okay, maybe not. That's quite a bit to do, but... we could fill out the rest of this one, though. I think that would be pretty reasonable. So let's go down here and finish exploring this way. Stay east or die. Written in something red. I wonder what that could be. Probably a Kool-Aid powder. I would think. This is a large wooden sign with writing in a language you don't understand. Probably a bad sign. You come across a giant quarry. Blocks of dressed stone are being created at the bottom of a huge pit by a large group of giants. Near them you see a small pile of raw colored stones, which look like, from this distance, gems in the rough. That kind of makes me suspicious though. Colored stones, which look like gems, but it's from a distance though, so it's like we try to take them. It turns out that they're worthless, and then we have to fight a bunch of giants. I'm willing to take the risk though. So you rush up and claim the stones, which are indeed an impressive variety of raw uncut gemstones, okay. Then the giants see you and you rush up to claim them back, okay. So cave giants and a giant chief. 3 of them, that should not be very difficult, I wouldn't think. Looks can be deceiving though. And I don't think they can cast magic, so I'm not too worried about grouping up everybody. Okay, there's actually more of them, but that's still fine though. That's not a big deal. And that's the chief there, so... let's go ahead and do a flame strike. Yeah, I guess there. It's pretty good. And we will also do a shockwave. Okay, so basically, I did try this out, and I'm kind of confused by it. I don't really like it that much because it hits literally everybody. And of course, the farther away you are, the more damage it does. So if we use it really quickly... Basically, it's pretty good, right? It hits like, you know, it hit that guy for 53, hit the chief for 26. And I guess it's in like a radius, or not a radius, but a, maybe like a 3x3, because this guy did not get hit as far as I can tell, but as you can see, Splorky took 8, Chuggles took 14, 10, so you're looking at maybe an average of, I don't know, like 12 damage for people that are 2 spaces away. The unfortunate thing is that Autumn still took 9, and she's literally right next to Petra. And Snizzo actually only took 11, so he got a pretty good roll. But overall, it's just kind of hard to use because I don't want to be damaging, you know, everybody. Like, it's just kind of a odd spell. Now, if you have a lot of enemies that are far away, like up to 15 spaces away, I'm sure it does like massive damage, and it would probably be worth it quite a bit. But as of right now, I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of seems very situational, kind of. Okay, so that is that. Let's keep exploring. And again, we're doing a lot of exploration, but we're just going to fill out this map, which really isn't going to be much. Link up with this, and then that's pretty much connecting the eastern and western parts of Exile, which is really cool. At least the middle kind of eastern and western parts. Obviously, we started at the east, and then we came to the west, so obviously there was already a connection there, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. Okay, then this actually goes all the way down to the... Okay, so that's where this went. Interesting. Okay, because that's the Slith Castle, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that's pretty neat. And you can really see the map is starting to really come together. It's a lot easier to kind of picture how everything is connected when, well, you know, the map is filled out. That obviously helps quite a bit. Okay, not really anything here. And there's a lot of rivers here, so this is where the ore becomes in handy, because we can actually get by here no problem. Save the game, and against the wall here, in a particularly moist place, you find a large patches of a sweet-smelling dark gray mold. Okay, I'm not trying to get excited, but I think this might be what we're looking for. Okay, it's gray mold. So this is probably used to make gray mold salve. Obviously, we still have to make it though, which I don't know how you do that. But I think that this is good. I think that's actually what we were looking for. And okay, that was unfortunate. Yeah, so that's great. This is not so great. A collection of huge cabins are clustered along the shores here, home to a small bunch of giant fishermen. When they see you, they rush to attack. I mean, couldn't we just be friends though? Like, is that so hard? We don't actually have to fight them because they're not actually attacking us, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and use the orb, and is there anything down there? I don't really know. Let's finish exploring up here. Okay, not really anything there. There's like so many waterfalls here. There's like 3 that all join together. That is really cool. Really neat. And then you got like an island there. Again, it's just like when you imagine that each square is close to a mile long, you know, this island is pretty big. Well, you know, maybe not big, but it's a decent size. Like this is just probably a really cool scene that I think is a little bit hard to see when it's, you know, obviously top down kind of 2D sprites, but you know, it's a really cool area. Okay, and really it's just up here. And no secrets. And I think that's it for that part. Trying to think if we missed anything. Let's go this way, and okay, and we've already done this. I think. Pretty sure. A few episodes ago, when I was here, I did take a look at this. I'm pretty sure that we've already done this, but okay, shield of knowledge. Spell resurrect. So we already looked at that a long time ago. Do we actually have resurrect though? I don't know if we do. Again, we have so much gold, it really doesn't matter. Like, you now all know the spell resurrect. They mentioned that you need a resurrection bomb to cast it, which is made from ember flowers. Okay, that's good to know. They tell you ember flowers go to the west. You thank them and depart. Obviously, we're probably never going to use this because we usually just reload the game. But we have it now, and again, we all just, you know, we will max out on gold anyway, so it really didn't matter. But yeah, so I think I'm going to end it here. Next time we're going to go clear out the giant fort, and then do the other dungeon that was there, and then do the dungeon that we found on the west side of the giant fort, to the west of that. So that's, yeah, this is like really cool though. We finally connected the eastern parts of the map, and actually, before we go, we can actually cross this without needing, using a boat now. And just like that, we are on the other side. And that is, I'm pretty sure the Ornea cave is like right there. So yeah, it's just really cool. This ability to fly is really useful, and it was really cool to fill out a large portion of the map. Potentially we got Greymoor South. We don't technically know, but we might be able to heal Patrick's wife, which would be awesome. And yeah, we are getting near the end of the series, but we still have quite a bit to go though, in terms of just final quests and stuff, but hopefully it won't be too much longer. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.